Please be advised that the views and opinions of the host and guests do not reflect those of the station, the management, and its network.
You guys are still watching Millennial TV. The purpose of marriage and the exchange of wedding vows is making a lifetime commitment. But what are the consequences when the marriage breaks? Yan po ang ating pag-uusapan ngayong third segment, the pros, the cons, and the consequences of divorce. So,
Let's start with the cons ng
Okay.
divorce. Siyempre,
Cons.
let's get the immediate things out of the way, diba? Kaya nga,
Yes.
hindi pa siya legal up to now. We live in a culture where people see mostly the cons. So, nabanggit nga kanina, yung kapakanan ng kids, yung welfare, nung siguro yung spouse that might be left with the responsibility of taking care of kids. And this isn't just for married couples separating, even for non-married couples na nagsiseparate. Parang very real issue na yung consequences ng hiwalayan on being able to support the kids financially and making sure that they still grow up in an environment na safe and nurturing kahit wala yung parehong parents.
I think when it comes to the cons kasi, it's so easy to look at it especially kapag ang point of view mo or yung perspective mo kasi, it's nasa bubble. Like for example, you're a very religious person. Parang you can just, any opinion that doesn't support your narrative or something that you really believe in, medyo, basta hindi lang ako pabor dyan. Alam mo yung mga ganong, basta
Ganong
that's
argument,
just
ganon,
bad,
yeah.
that's sin, that's against the law of this. That's it, that's the cons of a lot of people.
I have a question lang
Yeah.
before we get too far ahead. Can anybody here lobby, or let's say Chris, can you lobby for being anti-divorce without using the Bible? Sige nga.
Can you?
Question yun hindi naman masama kung Bible lang yung basis mo ng pagiging anti-divorce. But I just wanna hear from the group and from the people at home, can anyone defend divorce without using the Bible or without using children?
Without using children?
Without using the welfare of your children?
Yeah, or without using
the
religion
Bible,
or anything.
why are you anti-divorce?
bakit ayaw mo sa divorce?
Kasi in the first place, bakit kayo nagsama, di ba?
Fair. So Chris wants people lang to be more accountable to the
With
people
their
they choose to settle
decision.
down, which is valid. Tama naman.
Yeah.
Tama.
However, people change. You know, maybe you married a very perfect girl, the very perfect guy, and then something happens along the way, and then nagkaroon ng affair, naging abusive, naging masochist, naging, ano ba to, yung, what do you call someone who's hurting people? Like sadist? Diba? Those are really toxic behaviors and unacceptable behaviors when you are in a relationship. That's something that you cannot just endure because why make your life so miserable? Like for me, even if it's just 6 months or 1 year to the marriage, you know, if it's really something that you're the only one trying to fix and the other party is not cooperating, you know, it's about time to just let it go because why prolong the agony?
I will throw a question at you naman. Can you defend being pro-divorce without mentioning na it's the need to get out of a bad situation?
Well, divorce is common sense. For me, it's not just a safety net, it's something na parang not just getting out of the bad situation, but you're embracing something better. Because yeah, you are in a bad situation, that's why you want divorce. But who would want to marry someone, spend thousands, and you know, be in a relationship
Just
during that time
divorce,
that you're marrying that person? Parang that person is the world to you, and then all of a sudden, you wake up, or for me kasi divorce is not something that happens overnight. Na parang you just wake up and then that's it. It's a process. So yung mga taong dumating na dun sa point na they are thinking about divorce, that's it. That's the boiling point. That's the finish line. Okay? I think divorce is a way for you to start a new life. You're not just trying to avoid something toxic, or you're not trying to run away from something that's no longer healthy for you, but you're trying to embrace something better.
Ako,
It's like quitting your job.
for the girls naman, I have a question for the girls. Let's say we legalize divorce tomorrow. Actually, for the guys na rin. Do you think tataas yung kaso ng mga infidelity or yung mga namamangka sa ibang ilog? Kasi alam mo naman na meron kang eject button ng divorce. What do you guys
Yes.
think magiging effect ng divorce when it comes to people? Ngayon kasi takot tayo mag-cheat sa husbands and wives natin, na tama naman.
I disagree.
Oo,
I disagree.
I disagree.
But yun nga, will it increase pa?
I
I
agree.
think
I
maraming
think mag-i-increase yung
Mag-i-increase
cases ng
pa.
divorce,
Oo.
pero
Yeah.
not in... I think...
I think
That's
maraming
a fair
mga
point.
infidelity issues ngayon, maraming nagiging kabit dahil wala silang choice but to stay in a
Oo, but to
Right.
stay in a
marriage.
marriage. Diba?
and then kailangan nilang gawin to ng under the table,
Yeah.
patago.
Patago, yeah.
So, like,
So marami na nag-cheat, no? Yung
Marami na
divorce
nag-cheat.
and
Ay,
yung
nako,
formality
yes.
na.
formality na lang
Totoo
yun.
yung sinabi mo.
Ayan, now that we tackle the cons, ano naman ang pros once legalized na ang divorce? Pros.
Positivities.
Ako, the choice. Ako, yun yung number
Yun
one.
nga yung sabi
pro
ni
niya, is the choice.
MA, starting a new life.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think especially dun sa mga properties na-acquire ninyo together, peace of mind din siguro.
Peace of
na
mind. Ang
some-
sarap nun. Totoo.
Yeah, it's not something that you can buy. Like maybe you have millions pero you just cannot stay with that person anymore. Like living under the same roof, it's not worth it. Kahit pa siguro sabihin mo na that person is a millionaire, you're living in a mansion.
Yes.
That's not going to be for me. So when it's done, sometimes you see who they are, you spit them out, you move on. That's it.
Ako naman, halimbawa yung partner ko nangaliwa.
Mm.
Ang pros nun para sa akin, fresh ako ulit.
Yeah.
Diba?
Very
Kumbaga, yung
fresh
mga,
talaga si
yung mga
Chris.
natutunan ko dun sa past ko, ma-apply ko ngayon.
Yeah.
Diba?
Hindi yung parang obligated ka to stay in this relationship kahit na nakikita mo na parang, oh, she's no longer happy with you, she's having affair, or even your husband is having a lot of, and it's going to cost you a lot. Like, not just, a lot of people would say na, why don't you consult marriage counselor and all, or, I mean, like, I think counseling doesn't work for monsters.
May question ako. Yung pagiging physically, sexually, tsaka emotionally abusive, nakikita ba yan pag ano pa lang kayo, parang boyfriend, girlfriend pa lang kayo?
Let's ask the girls who are in a relationship or who've been through that recently.
Kasi ako, never akong nanakit eh. So kayo, based sa ano nyo?
Nakikita talaga yan. For me.
Ako din, nakikita din.
May mga ano.
Like
You have
physically,
to,
emotionally, sexually abusive, yun.
Consider like, paano ka ba niya tratuhin? And paano yung guy, paano niya tinatrato yung mom niya? And
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people
Mga red flags.
around
Yes, so bakit
him.
magpapakasal, tas divorce? Kung makikita naman habang magka-relasyon kayo.
I've seen some people though na ang tagal nilang nasa relationship
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then nagpakasal in a matter of months. May mga lumabas na mga ugali na hindi nakikita dati. I can name
Yeah.
a few friends.
Hindi, a lot of people kasi thinking na
Wait lang.
once I marry this person will change.
Gets ko yung point ni Chris kasi I was like that before.
Oh, okay.
Like, hindi ko alam na I was in a abusive
Yeah, yeah,
relationship nung kinall out lang ako ng sister ko.
Okay.
So I think, hindi mo talaga siya
No, I
It's
think if
hard.
you're head over heels over
Oo.
someone, yung red flags are just flags.
Oo.
Yeah.
Parang may nakikita ka, bakit kaya nagmumura to sa ganito? Or bakit
I
kaya
think
rude siya sa waiter?
Kaya nga, I
Yeah,
think people are getting married
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they don't notice that.
Yeah.
Ano ba?
And yun nga, may nabasa rin kasi ako na parang a lot of people think na, for example, mag-boyfriend kayo or mag-girlfriend kayo. Tapos may mga nakikita ka na parang toxic behaviors, pero iniisip ko kasi, people change. Eventually, pag
oo,
naging
totoo.
kinasal na kami or pag
Oo,
nagka-baby
at
kami
saka I
nito,
love this
yeah,
person.
I love this
yeah.
person. Ayaw mo naman na bigla mo
Yeah.
na lang iwanan yung tao dahil toxic siya. Kasi ikaw may toxic trait ka rin. However, may boundaries kasi yung toxic behaviors mo sa isang abusive na tao. Like yung mga narcissistic, abusive
Yeah.
na tao, they are hopeless. Sorry, that's just me.
That's
I mean, I've talked to a lot of people who've
Yeah.
been in a narcissistic, abusive relationships. iga-gaslight ka and all, and then they will like twist the story around to be against you. Oh, hugot ka ng hugot dyan, Yulabay. Anong may experience ka ba na gusto mo share? May gusto ko, tulungan mo naman kami. Kasi I've never been in a toxic. Wow!
Hindi, kasi I've been in a, parang verbal abuse relationship.
Okay.
Tapos wala akong ibang ginawa kundi intindihin siya kasi love ko siya, di ba? Parang nakakasuka isipin, pero I was immature that time.
Yeah.
Well, siguro hanggang ngayon naman. Pero
Did
at
you
least
marry that guy?
No, I'm not
Thank
married.
goodness.
I'm single and free.
Pero yun nga, I think for us, Nivay, we didn't know better.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to surround yourself with people.
Yes,
Yeah.
alam na namin yung tamang standards.
Yeah. And even kahit pa sabihin mo na alam mo na yung standards, I know my worth, or I'm so mature, sometimes you still make mistakes that, you marry the person and then minsan ikaw na yung naging toxic. And then you just have to let go someone, you have to let them go in the name of love.
Totoo
Yeah.
yan.
Sometimes you let your guard down.
Yeah. Or I mean, for example, nakita mo na, this person is perfect, that's your future. And then you realize something, you have dreams, you met someone. And then you're going to be the toxic person in the relationship. Isn't it unfair for that person?
I have a question for everybody, no? Before we end today's episode, no? Meron bang difference in terms of how far you would go to save a relationship versus how far you would go to save a marriage? Now that we're on the topic of divorce and now we're talking about toxic behaviors and so how some of us have tolerated it in the name of love. So ako, just throwing this out there, humahaba ba dapat yung linya na dapat mong i-tolerate pagkasal na kayo? So ako, none of us are married, so yun ang
I think yes. I think yes. Iba na yung parang point of view mo when it comes to a relationship dahil boyfriend-girlfriend pa lang. Rather than, kesa doon sa may legal paper na nagbabind sa inyo, or meron na kayong kids. Because, having a kid with someone is a bigger commitment than marrying them. It's not just something na parang, ayoko na dito sa tao na to. You're thinking about the kid.
Yeah.
Growing up without a father or a mother or something like that. So, you try to make adjustments, you try to lengthen or make the ultimatum longer. Pero ako kasi lahat tayo meron dapat boundaries na parang hanggang dito na lang. Like, okay, 3 years, hindi pa rin nagbabago. Ako lang yung effort na ayusin to. Hindi pa rin siya nagpapa-rehab, hindi pa rin to nagko-consult, hindi nakikipag-cooperate. I mean, guess, don't make 3 years, 30 years of agony or 30 years of misery. End it there. It's easier said than done, especially if you're not in the relationship or if you're not in that situation. So, I understand, a lot of people who are in an abusive relationship, sabi nila, based on statistics, it takes 7 attempts for a woman to leave her abuser. Because maraming kino-consider, maraming iniisip,
Especially when
clouded yung
it's
judgment.
about marriage.
Pag
Very,
married na,
very-
or especially kapag may kids
Yeah.
na. Okay. How about
Oh,
you?
ano?
Hindi, sabihin ko lang sana, hinga muna kayo. Medyo mabigat.
No, I love conversations like this
Yeah.
because I think marami tayo mga viewers ngayon, especially millennials who got married too early.
Yes.
Na they were still in the verge of they were still in the process of like figuring out who they really are, what they really want, and then okay, stuff happened and they cannot just walk away easily, especially kung wala kang pera, wala kang pang divorce. So, you're going to be married for the rest of your life.
Yun pa, di ba? Kung
And
wala
then,
kang pera.
yeah, and then guilty ka na nagkakaroon ka ng affair.
Yes.
Guilty ka
Paano
na.
ka na?
So we just want to clarify lang, no, for all of our viewers, no, we're not against marriage, no, we're just having an open discussion kung ano nga ba yung mga repercussions kung ma-legalize yung divorce, and for that, in the same boat, kung patuloy siyang maging illegal, ano yung mga current na mga nangyayari ngayon na patuloy magpa-persist because of this pending law, no?
Yeah.
Yes, ayan. Yung mga televiewers kaya natin, especially mga millennials. Yan.
Yes.
We'd like to hear from you, millennials, with your stand and opinion about divorce by giving us your comments. Message us in our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Just search GNN Millennial TV. And also, don't forget to follow us, like, and subscribe. Thank you again for supporting Millennial TV. I am Chris Abaya together with the Real Talk Master, M.A. Buendia, our model next door, Sarah Padilla-Lim, and our sweet sunshine ng
Paranya.
yeah, and our tribal chief, si Joaquin Mendoza. And see you again next week.
Alright, so thank you once again to all of our viewers. Thank you, brother, for that wonderful extra. He is our mysterious hunk. Chris Abaya, again, thank you for supporting MTV. And stay tuned with us every Sundays, 8 p.m. on Golden Nation Network, GNN GSAT Channel 1. Guys, this was a very, very fun episode.
I love it.
Easily the most controversial, if you will, pero it goes to
Juicy.
show, yung evolution ng ating palabas, no?
I hope they learned a lot.
Yeah.
See us again next week here on
Millennial TV, this is our time!